It's getting hot in here, so let's destroy all the coal. But what if we don't? Stick around, it's time to shift your paradigm. The worst thing ever to happen to this planet. No, it's not the Black Death. No, it's not Nazis. No, it's not ISIS. Yes, global warming. Pow! I am not a scientist and have not done nearly enough reading about global warming to give you a definitive answer on whether it's being caused by people or not. Finding the truth is going to have to be up to you, but what I do know is that in class and in the mainstream media, I hear that it's fact, and that if we all just use a little less coal and we all drove a few more Priuses, the world would be saved. But what if that's not the full story? Now, to start off, scientists are not in consensus over 1, whether global warming is actually happening, or 2, whether it's being caused by people. Now, before you roll your eyes, these are not toothless idiots either. Many of them are PhD certified smarties who really do find an issue with pinning global warming on people or even admitting that it exists. Russian scientist Khabibullo Abdusamatov is the head of Astromirta, a project of the Russian part of the International Space Station. He is also the head of a space research laboratory in St. Petersburg. Anyway, he thinks that the solar activity is causing this warmer phase we're in, and that pretty soon we will see a repeat of a colder phase, similar to the Little Ice Age during the 16th century. Timothy Ball is a retired climatology professor from the UK, and he says that all the screaming from the celebrities and the media as a whole is pretty much just for money, and that the science used to support human-caused global warming is corrupt. He even wrote a book about it, which we link to in the description. Nicola Scafetta is a PhD and research scientist from the University of Duke right here in North Carolina. He says that 60% of the warming we've seen since 1970 has actually come from natural cycles in the solar system. And just like Mr. Russia, he predicts a coming cooler period. When it comes to scientific research, a lot of it is funded by companies and nonprofits hoping to prove a point. These points can be subtle or pushed silently through a board of directors. This isn't a right issue and it isn't a left issue. It happens on both sides. And no, the government is not exempt. They hope that they can prove a point through pushing research as well. And after all, government is just a bunch of people. Just keep this in mind as you're doing your own research on climate change. Whether it's people's fault, not happening, or only warmer for a time, let's take advantage of some of the perks of having warmer weather here on old Mother Earth. Have you guys thought of this? With warmer temperatures comes more usable farmland and better growing season. Parts of Canada and Russia that are now too cold could be used for farming, for food, for people that are currently hungry. Not to mention, last time I checked, plants love CO2, and with a little bit more CO2 in the air, we could actually see higher plant production. Higher temperatures are great for energy and business too. Oil is most definitely hiding below the surface of the Arctic, and with softer and less ice, companies can get there and potentially find it. More oil in a market usually means lower fuel costs for everyone. Softer ice in the North Pole also means that cargo ships can make faster and safer trips across the top of the planet. Some of these companies can save upwards of $500,000 per trip, plus say goodbye to Somali pirates. When it's warmer outside, people are happier. It's true. Also, they turn down or off the heat, which saves energy. Less people are sick in warmer climates with colds, and not having ice on the roads indeed helps with accidents. Finally, NASA says that while the North Pole is softening and getting smaller, the Antarctic is hardening and getting larger, and has been for many years now. Here's what we talked about in a review. Not all scientists are in agreement on global climate change. Warmer temperatures may have benefits for humanity and the planet, and Antarctica is actually growing. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Paradigm Shift. Click here for bloopers, click here for something else, and subscribe right here. Comment. If you have a problem with something you saw, check out my sources in the description below. Paradigm shifted. There won't be any bloopers this time. Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Are you saying that you're
I wish nothing but the best.
Are you replacing me?
For you too. Don't forget me, I swear. I remember you said Sometimes it lasts in love, and sometimes it hurts
Are you finding me?
instead. Sometimes it lasts in... Wow. Good job, Austin. Thanks, Austin. You're really doing great. You're doing great stuff here today. I know. This is also from section 2, Future Roman, who's editing this video.